Hello, I'm gonna discuss about cmath mathematical functions in C++ or the cmath library. Cmath mathematical functions. There are a group of functions in standard library of C++ for C programming language, implementing basic mathematical functions. They use floating point numbers in one manner or another. Different C standards provide different albeit backwards compatible set of functions. Most of these functions are also available in C++ standard library, through in different headers. The abs. Abs function returns the absolute value of number. For example, right there. The syntax is this. The arc cosine function, the next is the arc cosine. It returns the arc cosine of ARG, which be in range 0 to pi. It should be between -1 and 1. If it is outside this range, it returns none and raises floating point exception. The arc sine, it returns the arc sine of which will be in range -pi/2 to +2 pi/. It should be -1 between -1 and 1. If it's outside this range, it returns none and raises the floating point exception. This is the syntax of the arc sine. The next is arctan. The function of arctan returns the arctangent of ARG, which will in range -pi/2 This will be the syntax of it. The next is arctan2 function. It computes the arctangent of y over x. Using the signs of arguments, compute the quadrant of the return value. The next is ceil. It returns the smallest integer to no less than number. For example, this one. This is the syntax of it. Next is cosine. The syntax of this is here. The cosine function returns the cosine of r, which ARG is expressed in regions. The return value of cosine in range is -1 to 1. If ARG is infinite, cos will return none and raise the floating point exception. The next is cos h. The function cos h returns the hyperbolic cosine of ARG. Next, floor. The function floor returns the target integer value not greater than r. Then the exponent. It returns the 2.281a raised to the ARG power. Next is fobs. The function fobs returns the absolute value of ARG. The f mode. This is the syntax. It functions returns the remainder of x over y. Next is frexp. The function of this is used to decompose num into two parts, the mantissa between 0.5 and 1, and the exponent returned as exp. Scientific notation works like this. The labs. The function labs returns the absolute value of num. Here's the syntax. Next is the id exponent. It returns the num times 2 to the power of the exponent, and get this. If an overflow occurs, huge value is returned. And the next one is iddiv. The iddiv function returns the quotient in the remainder of the operator numerator or denominator. If iddivality structure is defined as CSTD live and thus at least like this. The log. The function log returns the natural logarithm of a number. There's a domain error if the num is negative and range error if num is 0. In order to calculate the logarithm of x to an arbitrary base b, you can use this one. The log of 10. This is the syntax, and it functions as returns the base number 10 or common logarithm for num. There will be a domain error if the num is negative and the range error if num is 0. The mod f. It splits the number into integer and fraction parts. It's the fractional part and loads integer part into I. The top function returns the base raised to the x power. There's the domain error if the base 0 and x is less than or equal to 0. There's also domain error if the base is negative and the exp is not an integer. There's a range error if an overflow occurs. The sign h. It returns the hyperbolic sign of ARG. Example of this is this one. It's all about the square root. This is the parameter and there will be a result. Same the given, and this is the executable file. Wait, I will compile it. Executable file. The PC is not working well. Okay, here it is. Just enter the value that you want to get a score. For example, you type in number 4. Okay, that's it. Thank you for listening to my presentation.